Hello stock traders, I hope all of you survived today and been surviving this market. In today's video, I am going to give you and share with you my strategy for the week, my plan for how I'm going to attack the market. I'm also going to give you two stocks with strong catalyst, and if we get good news on something, either on the Ukraine front or the interest rate front, or for some reason the market should stabilize, these are two stocks that I think could really take off. Now, before I get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group. I have a link in the description down below. If you want my buy and sell alerts, if you want my buy and sell alerts on my insider swing play, on my PDUFA run-up play, if you are wanting my long-term picks, there are all kinds of different levels within the Patreon. It is worth checking out, and I hope to see you there. This market will rip someday. It will happen. Let me start by talking about what my strategy is for the market and how things are going. Now, Wednesday seems to be a big day, a big decision day on the Ukraine situation. So here's what I have been doing. Anytime a stock has come to my exit point, now I'm not panic selling, but when a stock has come to my exit point, per my strategy, I am exiting that position and holding cash on the sidelines. I want to have a lot of cash available to buy the dip, because I believe in the stock market. Overall, the stock market is bullish. It has been marching up year after year after year. I'm not expecting a market crash. There could be a correction, but crashes don't happen very often, and we just had the COVID crash and a lot of other things. So I'm not expecting a market crash at the moment, but there could be additional pain that comes and some more blood in the streets, and I'm happy to pick up those shares because my outlook is long-term on the overall stock market. It isn't short-term. I'm not retiring today. You do not make or lose money on a stock until you exit that stock. That is how the government treats it. That is how I treat it. That is how I play it. I have very specific exit points and exit strategies for every strategy that I'm in. I not only have a strategy for entering, I have a strategy for exiting, and you need the same. You need to know why you're in a stock, and if it's a dividend strategy and you're long-term on it and you're happy collecting those dividends, stop watching that stock every day. Wait until it becomes to whatever you are looking for your exit point on that stock. And it needs to be a long-term view on it. And so that's how I trade in the stock market. It has worked for me year after year after year. Last year, I finished with a 185% gain. Now, this year is not going that great. So far, I am down 8.12%. A little bit better than the market, but it has been a very tough beginning to 2022. But I'm okay. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I live and die by my strategies. If the strategies don't work, then I make changes to those strategies. That is how I trade. That is how I work. And that is how I've been able to have very big gains year after year. All right, let's get into the market and start talking about some of the different stuff that's going in. Okay, so I'm not planning on buying any stock till probably Thursday. Wednesday seems to be a big day as far as the Ukraine situation. So I'm just kind of staying on the sidelines and accumulating cash. But if you have to trade, you need to know these levels for Tuesday morning. Right now, support is at $436 on the S&P 500 on the SPY ETF. Resistance is at 446. And these are two very key levels. If we break below 436, more pain is on the way. We are probably seeing another move down to 425, 424 area. It would not be good. Now, if we got some good news and we got past this 446 level again, I can see this market getting above. We've had this double top up here on the market. This is the area that it appears that a lot of the institutional investors are shorting the market at those levels and are trying to bring it down, and they've been successful. This double top has been very successful, and that would have been a good trade, but I'm a bull, and so I just have cash on the sidelines, and this is how I trade the best. And so you have to know your own tendencies. There are people who are very good at trading bearish tendencies. They're very good at recognizing double tops and then shorting the market on those levels or buying put options on those levels. I do not do well with that. I don't know why. It's just not the way that I work. I do a lot better with the market going bullish. Anyway, those are the levels to kind of keep in mind on Tuesday as you are looking at stocks. And if we get some good information, here are two stocks that really have great catalysts, lots of things going for them, that I could see these two really, really moving. And so these are two stocks that you may want to be an owner of if we get into that situation. Number 2 is Adtalem Global Education Incorporated. I think I said that right. Adtalem? Anyway, Global Education. This is an insider swing play. Two directors are loading up shares huge, between $23.58 to $24.61. Also, we have, it appears, a really nice bottom that is formed here. And I like this. And I can see this really taking off from here. We are oversold on the RSI, so there's plenty of pain. Insiders are buying. There's lots of pain. There's a 5.47% shares that are float. Those are only the ones that are reported. And so this could squeeze upwards. This could be an insider squeeze play. This could really, really move. This is a stock that doesn't have a lot of volume to it. It has a very small float. And so those things kind of combined with the insider activity that just seems to be continuing. There's been multiple insider buys happening over and over again, a very large amounts. And so I like this one for a big move if we get some good news. I could see it coming up here, filling up this gap to 28. Or really taking off. This could be a really great one to get into. All right, the next one is 2U Incorporated, ticker symbol TWOU. This stock got crushed on earnings. So you can see earnings here, 50% drop. All right, so I don't like owning stocks before earnings for those reasons, unless I have really high conviction in them. I'm not in them for the earnings. But TWOU, this big of a drop, we are way down here in way too low, and there's lots of blood in the streets. Well, what happened? Okay, so why do I like it? I like it because the director and the CEO bought shares, and they cannot sell these shares for 6 months, so they're locked. And if they sell their shares, they have to turn over their profits to the company. So it is very unlikely that they are very bullish on this stock, because you don't do that. You don't buy, if you're an officer of the company and you have that type of agreement, you don't buy shares in open market, especially with everything that's going on in the world. This is a company that could really get crushed if things were not to go well. So they feel very, very confident in buying this and knowing 6 months from now they're going to be just fine. This stock also has 9.41% short float. And so this one could really, really fly. It could really go nuts. I like that short float. It's pretty large, and it could get out of hand. And you're going to see people cover because this is a 50% drop here. So that's a very successful short. And so, this is a stock that's expensive to borrow. There's lots of different things that make it expensive for those short interest people to be in it with the insider activity. If we get good market news. Now, if we don't get any good market news, this is probably not a good stock to go into. And Wednesday is just really a key day as far as the Ukraine situation. It seems to be that is what's going on. And there's lots of interest concerns and lots of interest rate concerns and things going on in the market. I understand why people are bearish on the market right now. And I'm happy to let the market fall because I've been selling positions. I have cash available. And so I would sure love to buy some stocks. Maybe if the SPY dropped down to 411, I would be a huge buyer at those type of levels because the market will rip. It always does. It's going to dip and then it's going to rip. So you want to have that cash on the sidelines. I wish you all the best on the stock market. Please reach out to me in the comment section down below if you have any questions whatsoever. I wish you all the best. Have a happy Tuesday, and Raythoven out.